All right, Chemo Bibi Akwaba. Fambra, a porcupine stand here on YouTube with OBED Ghana Premier League match day 23. When a match is also 23, but in actual sense, a match day 25. And a bono. I got two outstanding matches as here, bo. Never be 80 echo year. And at the end of the day, Asante Kotoko is on top of the Ghana Premier League. That is the good news. Now, yeba tenasi yeba be bobo. Near Dean Komokakra, because after the game, a lot of issues NSC which we need to discuss on this very platform. Well, Asante Kotoko, after returning to the Barbara Sports Stadium, and Enyoma onyom to phone we say apeke den the ama Asante Kotoko. Ni nyina ensema hodwa ye beka ye nkomodie no ho enenumre. But let's go straight to the point and let's start it off from Kotoko at the Papayara Sports Stadium. Whoa, Obekaya, October move on to November. Asante Kotoko lose 4 matches twice. Kotoko lose Legon Cities away, lose Heart of Lions. Oshe screen is where that's all. Ewo home, Oboase, lose Bechem United away, and a Kotoko lose home to Nations FC. Then it was at a point Anna club ne drew their friend a crossroad. Because even the head of the technical team, Coach Ogum, now he had the Diana game to save his career or to save his stay at Asante Kotoko. Because ne drew baby anything outside a draw against a Diana, to some extent a win against a Diana, now I have 5 defeats and coach the Juma Timi Bono. Then this happened. Kotoko share Diana. Now, Ebra Kotoko share Diana no. That time now about back to Baba Sports team to about future stars. That was an away game against Asante Kotoko, home game for future stars. But mo buono Ewo Baba and Kotoko won that game. Then played against Heart to Folk, El Babaya, and Kotoko won that game by 1-0 goal from Albert Tamwa. Played against Bebian Gold Stars with fear in the league and won by 2-0. Played against Accelerate in the FA Cup and won. Then Kotoko Vision FC, El Fear, no Ashe Vision 4-1. Now Sante Kotoko about Karela, El Fear. Now, Washa Karela 1-0. Then Kotoko will play Legon Cities and defeat Legon Cities by 2-0. Then after that, after the Legon Cities game, Asante Kotoko, about second 11 wise, or the FA Cup, and also go ahead to beat 11 wise in the FA Cup. Wise at the end of that screen, so no. Why is so ebeka home na ene Kotoko Holy Stars so ede piso nti in the league ke the league na kadia Kotoko back to Baba wa Hearts of Folk 1-0, Gold Stars 2-0, Vision FC 4-1, Karela 1-0, Heart of Legon Cities 2-0, and wa Baseke Holy Stars 1-0, meaning the only goal Kotoko conceded will fear after a call Boase Samba back no. Against Vision FC Kotoko Shomo 4-1. But the FA Cup matches, now as I say, we are talking about 9 matches with fear and Kotoko and Lusubi El Barbara Sports Stadium. And this is the form of Asante Kotoko at the Barbara Sports Stadium. Now the only missing piece for na memfa Nana Poli currency the picture it too so anime hu Nana Poli ana all poli tuntun sansan no e won chain. Now the only aspect of the conversation I am a Baba Sports Stadium return no NCP attendance. And yes sir, And it is a perfect return in terms of what is happening on the field. But it's a tough one about Muntimin Bayano and Naman common thing when it comes to activities at the Baba Sports. For instance, Kotoko has no numbers near Kakra. But after that, even though Kotoko is winning, because Kotoko has Good Stars, was a Vision, was a Karela, was a Legon Cities, was a Police Stars. These are all matches after the Hearts game. FA Cup, the account, all looking positive, but Nipenko. And that is the only aspect. Ama Kotoko return to Baba Sports Stadium. No, Enyanye complete in some ewo. But let's go back to the Ghana Premier League and let's analyze the league table. Say dear, Senior Medical Diakano. After match day 23, Asante Kotoko is on top with 42 points. Now the battle is between Asante Kotoko and a club FNB and Go Stars. A whole enna in common about Drew. Now, and then you a game, no? A Chitafo Bebre Stadium, a Kasafa, the return of Albert Amoaho. Ukrainian Yamianim Abrantiano remains the top scorer for Asante Kotoko in the Ghana Premier League with 7 goals. Whilst Chiba Kwame Poku 6 goals. Because Kwame Entimian goes. They say Kwame about 8 matches in the league and I watch 6 goals. It's quite a decent return in terms of Ghana Premier League standard they are setting in terms of goal scoring. But the good news is that Albert Amoa and a friend recovery. I send a fata. I mean, on sweat me have a cut team no. Am I out to me participate here? Offering Geneva to send an in the early video. Say you don't expect so be hit the ground running, no. Nah, what any tables now around all of a sudden. But the most important thing is on suit me by Ednet ye ebe kan ho ema nkomo no kama. Now, nkoma abe kese pa coach friend Gazale Asema Gazale edit tuja and what he was trying to say ebra game ni nyina ebe it's quite a strange comment from coach friend Gazale because as a former worker of Asante Kotoko and knowing what is at stake nka obe expect to say nya comments bisa na opinion no betimi ameki after a game but opinion in seminar tuja very soon me the Gazale kan no edebe ma na wetimi atie Gazale comment no na yenyina ehu what Gazale kan ebra after the game post match no etimi ekoso sparking a whole lot of controversy on the internet. Mempese ebe to say me can be sakeke. So what I say I would like to play the video so that maybe I will be anusubenya biahe. But before, whilst we are trying to get the video on the screen, no, Maminfa way so encounter quick. This week, Ghana Premier League match bia anyhow, based on the Mpenifo Amiate. They say the down here say week we no ye kwa kope baby atena na FA Cup no yet me the aba e the aba besom eye week ya ye rei. But to make everything simple, let's just go and listen to Abdulai Gazale. Gazale
Sometimes when you are playing this kind of league, especially in the second round, you see so many things happening. But when you look at this game, the way the officiating officials, the way it go, I don't talk about officiating officials, but here I'll talk about it because I know what has gone into this particular match, what Kotoko has done in our camp. They didn't succeed; they have succeeded here. But I don't have anything to say because when you look at the fouls that they took against us in the both halves, it's unfortunate. But all what I can say is that we will continue to work. Sometimes when you are playing this kind of league, especially in the second round, you see so many things happening. But when you look at this game, the way the officiating officials, the way it go, I don't talk about officiating officials, but here I'll talk about it because I know what has gone into this particular match, what Kotoko has done in our camp. They didn't succeed. They have succeeded here. But I don't have anything to say, because when you look at the fouls that they took against us in the both halves, it's unfortunate. But all what I can say is that we will continue to work on the players. They should put up their best in the pitch. Everybody was there to see. Everybody watch it on television and see what happened. At least I'm happy about the way they have played, even especially in the second half. Tactically, they played to the instruction that I've given in the dressing. It's unfortunate that we didn't get it.
All right, Coach Abdul Gazale and Oten and Kano. Now I say we the wow when you be at here. Now let's get straight to action. First and first, I'm expecting the GFA prosecutor say in less than 24 hours. I say utimi etun inside for Abdulai Gazale, because no credit nyame anim ye won sembi wo a wo ka na wan ka ne ya ese fata se ye frew na obra ebe chichirim ese wo se fata se oba na obe chichirim. For instance, Gazale stated say he's not somebody that he likes to talk about referees, but in this game he's going to talk about referees. So first of all, he painted Semegbe, said he came in to cheat Baseke Oli Stars. In such comments, dear, a good game in Mufi, and coach behind him said, Kasa Semana, Semen Sem Fata. Ese enimeni ya etimi frona uko chirichirim with DNTM will make that comment against the referee, because and Kotoko scored a goal, but it was declared as an offside goal. And then game na share from even baby Amemete, I have a feeling that referee was being to some extent soft, because there were some kind of tackles now a free Baseke Oli Stars players ne so called Asante Kotoko players so na hu be hia say referee enka obema cards ne flu. But so a game now, the referee decided not to be issuing cards ball. So Asante Kotoko Holy Stars game there were only 2 yellow cards. Samuel Tinedua or run after scoring a goal, which is obvious. The player say go now or run a you should expect say referee head of a man a card. The Samuel Tinedu or run a card. And there was one other card to a Baseke Holy Stars player. But if you are really digesting the game, to some extent there should have been more cards than this. Because you are talking about a game fouls, a flyer. There were a lot of fouls in this game. Anka we share anymore. Esenka team and esenka referee or my cards in the flu. But and if you are talking about the referee decided so my cards in flu, they be benefiting. It is Baseke. So from even where I sit, I struggle to understand and find movement. Na Gazale, Nebuafu referee, and even the referee was even lenient with Gazale. Because someone here emotional live on numerous occasions be free the designated area for a coach to stand. No one attacking the linesman. Purely bad behavior from Gazale. Just say, "Oh, Konwa tia line no na referee ba no ahwe no agya no." Anka ye referee fufuo bi a enka ho na o card ni besu. Referee fufuo bi a ehɔ na card ni besu, because PM begina line ho and to ton sanche line man and exchange ni enhwe wo saa ma unko free. No, you have a card. But in this game you realize that the referee was calm when it comes to those things from Gazale. I'm one man a card bia. And then one aspect of the conversation. So even when we are talking about officiating today, I struggle to understand how the kind of saying Gazale tried to create issues after the game. But this is where the real deal is. So and in this case, I'm expecting Kotoko to also react. Because the brand Kotoko is affected by this statement of Abdulai Gazale. Kotoko brand, is affected by this statement. Or say, he is aware of what they try to do to destabilize his camp. There's a person say, and Sanabo ne kosono, Asante Kotoko company for try say omu run a camp. And one of the biggest trending news after the game is Gazale trying to say Asante Kotoko. A lot of things happen in the league, especially in the second round. I know what has gone on in this particular game. I know what Kotoko has done in our camp and did not succeed. And what Twaswaka said, but with the referees, they succeeded. The person said, Asante Kotoko. Eba ball against Basekeno. Omo try so omo run no team no but omo succeed. But referee side your master so meaning Gazale has gone on to even accuse the match officials. Say referees no so no game no omo ba so omo OBED no omo so no Kotoko so omo kutupa. SDBB show mafrum. Ema mafrum ye ma enu nti no omo de ba ebedi ball ne sa. So apart from say FA nan ka say take Gazale on. Kotoko elsewhere also need to take Gazale on. Now on how Asante Kotoko as an institution tried to destabilize his team. Ebia yena ye kase na no. Ebia kwanya o ka asem no ene senior osifa fa asem ne fa no. Yena yan tiase enti no ye ka something different. What it means that he need to explain to all of us what Asante Kotoko exactly tried and what he mean by Kotoko ran a camp. And so because the statement is there, the audio is there. If you come up with this statement, say, I know what has gone on in this particular game. I know what Asante Kotoko has done in our camp. Then a Kotoko our camp. Let's assume say any abre pesi echere so Kotoko try so run the camp. But this is a major bribery allegation from a former worker of the club and a coach of a club. As early as possible, he need to come out. Kotoko must come up with a statement asking him to explain. Either say you will force him to come and apologize by saying say ebi o kansem they are now kano na e born na ebi ayahye na wie and a born ne ho ntase achena mana ka bibia keke enya say be statement e beda ho at some point in time obi be ba refer to this statement and then yeah mo obi kan ho asem a eya opese nipa ne twe sign na sa twe sign part no aba be akọ on record sani ochena bi obi ko fa ba say emre bia di asem we to so a now the nipa ne twe sign na ba be kanta say nipa ne chire kura ji tumu say wan kan ye nti otwe sign nti records we no momfa we na watwe sign en paper ba say o ka say nya hwe a na be ka wo na be ye no kure na be ya asem a eda ho a o kire bi obi betimi afa ayusu against you and no kura betimi asam obi akukuduro say obetimi no wasi another foforo no so akasebe sansem hu ni bie ma kire and Kotoko is on this way of winning double. So if honorable, the plan and the conversation should be talking about tactical issues. But that was not what Gazale here. He came in to say, match now by you know, born ocean action on the bench, send you know call referee no so or call line so any pre-match question your bisan had nothing to do with say Kotoko try say rate him. It is something that no aboni timu pose or babon tia babeka. So I would want to believe he might have some form of evidence. And I also want to believe Kotoko is also innocent. And until I saw Triasibum. But let me did say Kotoko at this point. And for players a kuku damwe. And the bar against Baseke or do Kotoko ni home. When ya Baseke home, Kotoko ni home. Mama, Kotoko form at the Baba Sports Stadium. This season. Mama Kotoko form. Now was through Baseke na. O take Ghana Premier League. Away. Omombo obo papa bia. Baseke Holy Stars. And we need just one match away. Before Kotoko game, No, about 10 matches were away. No, I lose to 7, about draw 2. That is the team that we are talking about. We lose to 7 out of the 10 away matches are able. 7. Every new one, which was Haas. First game of the season. After that, Owini away beam. I was just 5 points out of 30. I know about away. If that team no catch it, will say, who ran the team before someone bebo. And even if you look at Baseke, the last 4 matches are no more before some bebo Kotoko. No more we need. None has about draw fee. Only dreams were called loose. Atenefie, wakwa away ne Karela, but Atenefie our goal stars are Babeshem. So it's not a team or form. Any team are about any beautiful football. And I say, what do left will be? They say be a bechem oba. One can say bechem form, no. And I even Dreams FC because in the last 3 matches, Dreams are winning now. But your team come on there. Dreams in the last 3 matches. League ni ko break by no. Dreams in lose too much. Open teams that will form Ghana Premier League now. In the last 5, Dreams FC. And when your Dreams, you know, I say, wakwa share Heart of Lions, wakwa share Haas. Into an overbono. And so to Nyome Yenya so Babe show. This is Baseke. So if the coach is coming up with such a huge allegation, I know that the FA prosecutor will take him on when it comes to referee side. And even the side that is alleging. Because trying to manipulate the game is against the rules. Into the FA prosecutor, every person will evidence from Gazale, so that Obetimia prosecute whoever is behind that allegation. But as I said, Santiko Kukuno so pepa no ho. Any question so young fan say because Kotoko go to Facebook and go to other social media platforms. The most trending part is Asamna Gazale Accuses, and then they trend the part. In China, fortunately for Kotoko, there is a lawyer as a member of the system in Lawyer Safuduku. Lawyer Safuduku can Kotoko company for no. I will him ransom. And when him send ye, se Kotoko ankan ho na enumrei a kopi mo china no pa. E ba be topic kesi amanfo be discuss o china. Ebi ade be boa so o china blasters bo Madagascar. But whenever the league conversation be about Bonten, Gazale same way, it will be part. And I know say FA prosecutor no, I won't say I'm disappointed in Gazale because ebi onu ne nim de oka. Ebi a o nyina so bi enim. But if Kotoko eso and 2-1 amwa, then I'll be disappointed. Next na asem na ye no kore. It's a Kotoko pushing man about Bonten be cancer sebe. What can say muna? Then we can say we are disappointed in him for coming out to make a statement. No any evidence. I'll be surprised if Baseke Timwa. I mean, sometimes I'm ranting na more than mono and the coffers are uncle Bobby Saber. Because soon the boy we no I'm on the 5. I'm on the 3 beer. What born total dominance? What dominating? What born on what sena? Go to me can say. But the one so I know what tare. So they will come up and make comments. Create this drama. But the Sanka Kotoko Vision 4. Now a bit sana the man. You cannot make excuses with officiating. He's a young manager. If it turns out some no kind of rather some, it will go a long way to affect his career. I know, sir, he has some differences with Ogum here, based on any maybe seen in the past. But any kind of Kotoko club, no just same we make Koka. No. I say I know. He was emphatic. I said no kind. Okay, si su dua se pin. O de yenko na yensentie Gazale. Mo amunya ntie Gazale asem no. Mo de yenko na yentie Gazale kakra. Me ba yesi.
Sometimes when you are playing this kind of league, especially in the second round, you see so many things happening. Because when you look at this game, the way the officiating officials, the way it go. I don't talk about officiating officials, but here I'll talk about it because I know what has gone into this particular match, what Kotoko has done in our camp. They didn't succeed. They have succeeded here, but I don't have anything to say because when you look at the fouls that they took against us in the both halves, it's unfortunate. But all what I can say is that we will continue to work on the players. They should put up their best in the pitch. Everybody was there to see. Everybody watch it on television and see what happened. At least I'm happy about the way they have played, even especially in the second half. Tactically, they played.
I don't know that. Abdulai Gazale and our tenant can. It's very an penkra. Coach Akwesi Apiam say, "Oh, Sudan lawyers are food documents also Martin same way." I know the FA prosecutor will definitely take Gazale on. I mean, say MP Marco Mochana there. Na FA prosecutor no. Confe overcharge Gazale, but that is not it. FA prosecutor na charge Gazale no. Who be here to Kotoko so as a club. As we be modern say, obe pani din free a year sans and semi ho. Senior Chinebi, Uncle Fast in Biade, Ember ya so one stadia. Now people, the internet never forgets. Internet no, ni uri mfiasem. Mfie bebre na da so da ho. Nti ana metu e mai wana aba no fo se. Ho awro no, odwen so awro ne ne. Ochina bi oba be ko school na ye de sere ni wo school so ma me na awro no ho no. Fo ati ase. Nti ese club no pepa ne ho fi. E de fira asem yo. Then na Kotoko try. A o man succeed wo team no. A no om de akọ referee so e ho de om succeed. Waka asem pa. E asem kese na Gazale aka. Waka asem kese pa. I mean sure say onim de no oka. Onim the consequences of his words. And his behavior on the field. Actually be all ba sa adwene na den e hye ni tirim. Until we meet again, don't forget to. I don't know your opinion on this particular issue. I don't know your opinion on this particular issue. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You better change Kotoko. You better change the FA prosecutor. I was answering you. Bye bye.